Hello artists, welcome to another drawing activity. As you can see, I am prepared because I have a plain piece of paper, a pencil with an eraser on the end, and a pen that I'll save until later. Remember my top tip from last week? When you're drawing something, have some other pieces of paper underneath because it gives you a much softer feel on the paper, not quite as scratchy with your pencil. Now today, we are going to draw a different character from a different story. This week for Story and Song we have been having a bit of a piggy theme. So today's picture will be a picture of a pig. Now it's going to be quite a large pig and we're going to break it down into those shapes to start with. So the first thing you need to do is a large egg shape. A little bit narrower at one end than the other, but not too different. I'm going to show you mine first. Doing this very, very lightly with my pencil to start with. And I can always rub out any lines I don't need, keeping it really, really gentle. I'm pretty happy with my first egg shape. It might help you to turn the paper this way to draw your egg shape, or to keep it like this, whichever you prefer. Once you've done your egg shape, it's time for a circle. Now you want your circle to sit in this space here, and it needs to be quite large because this is going to help us draw the head of the pig. It isn't just the head, it does need to be quite a large circle. Now you can see my circle, mine's a bit low, so I'm going to rub my circle out. Luckily, I pressed very lightly, so I can use my eraser quite easily, and I'm going to move my circle up a bit. So it's going to come down, 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 down to around this area. It's not going to touch the bottom or be the same level as the bottom of this egg. It's going to sit here. So it's not at the top, it's not at the bottom, it's just about there. Try to make yours look like mine before we move on to the legs. Those U-shaped legs that we did for the cat last week, if you joined in, exactly the same thing happening here. A U with a leg coming down, almost straight down, and then it curves under and round like this. Think carefully about the spacing of your legs. There's one, and we've got the back leg, which is another U shape that comes down, 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 and then it tucks in behind. Like this for the front legs, and then the back legs we form just by drawing lines. Noisy aeroplane going overhead at the moment. Just by drawing lines, so towards the back we'll start off the one near the bottom, come down with a sweeping leg. We want it to be about the same level here, and then another sweeping motion down here. Quite wide legs on a pig, and then we've got two more coming from the back. Have a go at those steps now, and then when you're ready you can press play, so when yours is looking like mine, for the next instruction. Now pigs are large creatures, but they do have fairly small heads. So actually this pig is going to have enormous neck and shoulder. So from the top of your egg here, come down a little bit, and we're going to start the shoulder over here. And our shoulder is going to go across like this, across, and then it's going to curve down to join that circle. So a big sweeping line from the circle all the way up to make it a shoulder. And then underneath, it's going to come under the circle, cross over the legs, and join the bottom of the body for a big fat pig. There we go. The thing we're missing is this little piggy tail. Now have a bit of fun with the tail. I'm going to do a little swirl for mine. I'm going to go up and swirl round like this. And I'm going to make this bit a bit fatter as well, up and swirl round. And in fact, I'm going to go up a bit in the air like that and rub this bit out. And I'm going to make this a bit thicker just by gently shading a little bit of extra in there. So we've got the head shape coming in, the shoulders there, and the swirly tail, and you can see the shape of the legs starting to form. Now, we need to add a little bit extra to our legs. So that's why I've got this space down here at the bottom. His trotters are coming in now. 2 lines just like this to form the first trotter, and then one behind. You might not see all of that one, to form the second trotter just in behind there like that, and make mine a little bit longer. And then the back legs, we've got these powerful calves like this. You'd still want to keep that same sort of level with these ones. And then this one here, the same thing, curve it here, and from that knee joint here, the back leg as well. We can now put our snout on. So the snout is going to come from this part here, and this part here, and then tricky to make it look a little bit 3D. We're going to go from the bottom one, we're going to go up and do a loop like this. Your loop can come down a little bit further. That gives you your piggy snout from the bottom of the circle to the side of the circle. If you like, your snout can come in a bit more to give him a bit of a longer snout for your pig. There we go. And then the ears. Now my pig has got big floppy ears. So I'm going to draw from this part where the line meets the circle, I'm going to draw the top of his floppy ear, and then I'm going to come down to almost the nose, and then up, and there's one big floppy ear, and then the other one we're just going to start with a line that comes out and a line that comes down. We can work on that one in a short while. Here he is. Piggy's starting to take shape. Now, the eye hasn't been quite covered, so I'm going to put the eye in now. There's a little eye to start with. And we're going to have his mouth coming just off the bottom of where we've drawn the snout. And that's just a little like that. And from this snout part, we can have a little upwards part here as well. Time to add a little bit to this ear. Let's go up and across like that to give it that 3D feel. Now we're really going to work on his feet. So finish off his face, and then press play when you're ready for the feet. Okay. From here, we're just going to come down like this to create a triangle shape. Then we're going to go zig, zag. There's one. And then here, we're just going to create the triangle shape, and we can't see the rest of it. If you need to do zigzag on the back one, you can too. This one here, down a little bit more with this. Triangle shape, exactly the same thing. And then zig-zag. Same thing on this one, bigger triangle shape, zig-zag. And here we go. I'll make this bit a bit thinner on mine. I can rub out my pencil mark that I don't need anymore. Now we're at this stage, we're ready for the next step. I'm going to make this muscle a little bit more obvious. And now we can start by putting in the lines that we really like. So we've pretty much finished our pig. It's just adding in a few details now. So one of the details that we can add in is a little bridge bit on his nose, here like this. And we can put in 2 nostrils like that. Make this bit a bit darker from his mouth. And I'm going to get my pen now and finish off my pig. Before I get the pen, just going to make the legs look a bit more like pig's legs. So it comes straight down like that, and then this one comes up. The one behind, this body part is here, the one behind comes down, knobbly knee, and then down into his trotters. At the back, this one's absolutely fine. I'm really happy with this back leg. This one here, we're going to make this bit a bit darker, come round, and then curve it down. This one here goes up, joins the bottom, and then comes up to the tail. I'm going to add a little bit of muscle here with a line like that. Okay, I'm about ready now to use my pen to finish off my pig and then rub out any of the lines I don't need. So I've got my pen ready, and I'm going to outline the parts that I do want. So I definitely want to keep the ear. Oh, my pen isn't working. Let's have a little bit of a squiggle over here. Yeah, there we go. I do want to keep this ear, one floppy ear, and then this ear is going to curve down, and another floppy ear. Great. His eye stays where it is, and then we've got this curved line going down into his snout, with this part here, a loop for his nose and the two nostrils, and then it goes round, and his mouth comes in like that. Looking good so far. Then underneath here, but stop before we get to this leg. So we've gone over the back leg, but not in front of the front leg. Big, biggie tummy, and stop again. Back leg goes in, and because it's his back leg, we can do a little bit of shading in here. And then the front leg comes down, put that trotter in, and up it goes. Same with this one. Down, trotter in, zigzag, up we go. It's the back leg, so we can do some shading. Front leg comes down, trotter, zigzag, and then joins up at the bottom. Big muscle, up to the curly tail. My tail curls behind, like this. Very nice. And then his big back and shoulder coming all the way over. Enormous piggy. Fantastic. Now I'm going to do a tiny bit more shading underneath here to show that he's got a nice big chin. And finish off my pig. Now that I've finished with the pen and I've done the outline of my pig, I can rub out the pencil lines and I will just be left with my nice outlined pig from the stories that we've been sharing in Story and Song this week. We've had the 3 little pigs, we've had the 3 little super pigs, and we've sung songs about pigs too. So I thought it would be a good idea for us to draw pigs today. If you want to add other things to your picture, like colour, you could colour your pig in. You could add patterns, because pigs, you have different stripes on certain pigs, or spots as well on some pigs. And you could even put the ground in as well, like we had for the cat last week. Oi, there he is, Piggy. Now do watch out for the big bad wolf, so that he doesn't come and blow down your house of straw. I'd love to see yours if you've had a go. You can send a picture on Class Dojo and your teacher will make sure that I have seen it. Hope you've enjoyed drawing a pig. I wonder which animal will be next week.